guess I should.
You're listening to the Para House Entertainment Network. Come join us as we take you deep into the fire to the paranormal realms of hauntings, UFOs, ETs, alien abductions, strange creatures, and the vastness of universal consciousness as we continue to seek what is not supposed to exist as we search for the truth that only comes from going into the fire. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Into the Fire. And it's going to be a super night tonight. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday night. This has been a lot of cool things going on this weekend, and we've been doing a lot of fun stuff. Got to meet with a lot of good friends yesterday and hang out for a while. And we have two excellent, great friends with us tonight, and we're all excited about that. Let me say hi to our co-hosts, Tanya and Billy. What's up, guys?
How are you?
I am here.
Ditto.
Yep.
After sitting out to the hall until 3 o'clock in the morning, waiting to see if these idiots were going to drive by again.
I know.
Man, that was weird.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Who comes to the hall at 3 o'clock in the morning and says, "Are y'all open?"
Right.
Right, I know. Yeah, and man, they just had that, that had that vibe of like,
It did.
oh, this is wrong.
I think we followed them for a quarter of a mile down the road. They turned around and we stopped, and I believe that's when we called you.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the middle of the road.
Crazy stuff, crazy times, crazy people. So, and
It was a full moon.
as we get closer to October, you know how that goes up there. So everybody has that in his mind. So, but welcome everybody, and welcome everybody in the chat room. We will be getting on here. We've got Dave and Jenny in the back green room here just for a second as we bring you up to date on our hilarious lives. But I'll be doing a bio with them in just a second. So, man, it has been a crazy rain day today, hasn't it?
Yes.
And I know that everybody, the energies and everything else have been shifting so crazy. I hope all of our listeners and everyone out there is doing well. Keep yourself up and ready to go. Don't let anything take you down. This is a great time to be alive, a great time to be contributing to helping others. So let's go. And with that note, I'm going to start the bios. Serenity Jenny, which is AKA Jennifer Swartzwack, is an M.ED, NCC, LPC, RMT, and she's just Serenity Jenny. She is the CEO and operator of Serenity Spring Soul Centers. She's 3E Serenity Counseling Service, LLC. She is a licensed professional counselor, K-12 guidance counselor, registered Karuna Holy Fire 3 Reiki Master Teacher, Holy Fire Reiki Master Teacher, and I always screw this up, a Urshi Tibetan Reiki Master Teacher, a psychic medium, ordained minister, spiritual healer. She is the author of Unapologetically Authentic, and got an awesome book. Please get it. And the CEO of the Starborn Illuminated Publishing Company. Jenny channels all types of spirits of the Hoshi healing method and energy medicine channel directed from the stars with the assistance of the ascended masters and angels, on Most High and the Beings of the Light Council of Nine. Then we have the other, our wonderful guest with us also with her tonight is Dave Spinks. And Dave's been investigating and researching strange phenomena for over 30 years due to several experiences he had as a young man. Since that time, he has conducted several hundreds of investigations in the U.S. as well as Europe. Dave has experienced many hair-raising and unnerving things, as one might imagine, during his long career. He has been seen on various TV shows, including Expedition S, Terror in the Woods, Paranormal 911, The Unexplained, In Search of Monsters, and These Woods Are Haunted, and Ghost Nations, just to name a few. He has also been featured in films like The Flatwood Monster, A Legacy of Fear, Flatwood Monster, A Legacy of Fear, Monsters, Legacy of Fear. I got this doubled here. I apologize. Fauna Flora, M.A. Mal Barker House, A Haunted Legacy, Malice, A True Story of a Demonic Haunting, Willow's Weep, A True Haunted House in the Midland and Heartland of America, Flatwoods, The Truth Has Nowhere to Hide. He has been featured as a guest of paranormal themed radio shows like this one and podcasts. Dave is awesome. Boy, I'm having a hard time tonight. Dave is awesome. Dave is, yeah, he is. Golly. Dave is often a guest and speaker at paranormal conferences around the country, and he is also the author of the books Paranormal Files, West Virginia Bigfoot, Real West Virginia Hauntings, Volume Number 1, Willow's Weep, The Beginning, Real West Virginia UFO Sightings and Encounters 1 and Revised, Wicked 46, A Pennsylvania Haunting, and Cooking with the Cryptids. So welcome, Serenity Jenny and Dave Spinks. Hello, guys. Man, I'll tell you one thing. Sorry the show's over. I just got through with your bio.
That's a good one.
I believe Jenny has every letter of the alphabet in her repertoire.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you start going through Mr. Spinks there, and it's like going, holy cow, I'm reading and I'm getting lost. I'm going, all right, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it is wonderful to have you guys on tonight, and it's so good to see you all, my friends. These people are very special family members to us here on Into the Far, and who we see here on screen right at this moment. And it is such a pleasure to have them with us. And so what's been going on, guys? I know you guys are always busy. And tell us what's been happening.
Well, we just walked through the door, like literally just walked through the door. So we're just coming back from an investigation in Pennsylvania. And we had quite an amazing, we had a little bit of personal fun this weekend too, and kind of on vacay holiday for a little bit. And yesterday was a really awesome investigation with a great group of people in Pennsylvania on the Chestnut Ridge.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to say about last night?
It's really active. What's the place we've been working at? That's what our third time now.
Second time.
Yeah.
Second time.
More to go there still yet, but we did a little public thing up there last night for some people, and a lot of times we say our vacay, but we're also working. We're always
working.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You guys are, we are, you work continually 24/7, especially when you, like you guys give a lot to the community and a lot to other people and helping other people because they seek you, when you're sitting down there and you're just talking, they come up to you and you guys are always willing to sit down, talk with them, and say, take up a seat and listen to what they have to say. And I always admire that in you guys. And I wish that more people would do that. And it's just great that you're out helping humanity like you do. And also continuing your quest on furthering stuff with the paranormal and the how should I say that, the evil that is upon us and battling that on a daily basis too. So don't get to do this very much, but hats off to you guys, you know.
I took a page out of your book. I wore a hat today too.
Well, there's a reason why I'm wearing a hat, because my head's starting to go away. I think the hats, after so many years of wearing a hat, I think it just kind of gets that way. Because
well, we appreciate the hats off. It's quite an honor coming from you guys, so we appreciate it. Takes one to know one too, right?
Well, you know, some people say that, but you know, I just kind of sit back and go, I want to be like them when I grow up.
Oh my goodness.
I want to hang out with the rock stars.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, people meet for a reason. You know, and those people put their pants on just like we do, and we put our pants on just like you guys do, and vice versa.
Oh yeah,
You know?
that's the same way. And you know, and when we meet people, there's a lot of people that do say, "Hey, it's great to see you, and it's great to know you," and they like what we do, and we try to do the best for them. But you're right, we're just ordinary people. I'm just Bear. That's just Tony. That's Billy. That's Dave, and that's Serenity, and we're just out helping the people that we need to help and trying to
brought
spread.
my little buddy with me tonight too.
Oh, there you go.
There he is.
That's for you, Christy Moore Hughes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Yep. The epic bearded gnome man.
True story.
Yeah.
Oh. Well.
Well, you know, I've got to. Let's get the one thing out of the way. I gotta give you guys some props on coming out here to Kentucky to spend some time with us at IT and Home.
Oh, our pleasure, man.
We're excited.
We love the hall. We love you guys. That's how, you know.
We are excited about it too, and so is everyone that's coming to the event. And you know, I think that this is like the fastest events that I've ever sold, that we've ever sold out on. I mean, it was like wham bang, ooh, there they go.
That's good news right there. But we'd like to hear that. I mean, that makes us super happy, and we're just humbled by, you know, people loving to come and spend time with all of us, and you know, do what we do, and we get to, you know, you use it as a teaching moment too. You know, show people how we do things, and that's what it's all about. You know.
It is.
And to do it at the hall. Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
How does it get any better than that?
You know, pinch myself. Holy cow.
Well, you know, when we ask the universe that question, really odd things show up and people start speaking different languages on the back porch. I don't know.
Right, exactly. And look, anybody who's attending the event will be able to possibly hear that story during the a break or whatever, because
it's very possible they may experience that story.
I actually think we should preface that Baby Yoda may be speaking at some point during your experience.
Yeah.
If it happens, just go with it.
Yeah.
Just breathe.
And there's a lot of people know that I think I was trying to do it during your intro and your bio. Bear is known to speak his own language of Baronese, so you may want to tune up on Baronese. So, but getting back to the event, which is awesome, it's going to be on September 29th. Man, the time is flying by so fast. It's going to be just like here tomorrow, and of course we can't see you. But if you have tickets, fantastic, great VIP event with Dave Spinks and Serenity Jenny. And man, if you haven't been with these guys, be prepared to be uplifted. Don't come with any negative attitudes or anything, because it won't be tolerated, because it's going to be blown out, and
we'll snatch it out of you.
Yeah. You're gonna be right up on it. So when this event is sold out, there's so many people talking about it everywhere that we've been, and how excited they are that you guys are going to be here. And then the next night, Saturday night, they're just going to do a great ghost hunt again at the Octagon Hall Museum. And that event, I don't have it out here, but it is sold out also. And so on the 30th, on October 1st, and I was talking to some people this afternoon. I was going, I can't wait. I'll be out there. So that is just awesome.
We're super stoked. And like I said, we're so humbled that the thing sold out as quick as they did. I mean, that really blew us away. 6 hours. I think the first one sold out, didn't it?
Yeah, I think that's amazing. Well, I'm not too sure because
that's what you told me. I'm going by what you told me.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is that I went to bed and I woke up and it was sold out.
There you go.
I don't know if it happened in the first 15 minutes but it happened in that 6 hour window.
Well, either way, it's phenomenal, and we're so stoked and just honored to be able to come down to Kentucky and Franklin and do the hall with you guys again with all of our fans and people, our friends and everything. It's going to be a phenomenal time.
Yeah, it is going to be a phenomenal time. And, folks,
we're going to have to do another one if it keeps selling out that quick. I mean,
right.
Let's do another one in November or something.
Exactly.
Feeling through the holidays.
Christmas was
whatever we got to do to keep you coming back.
Yeah, but we'd love to have you. You guys are always welcome to the hall, and the hall always does. We've always had phenomenal times together at the hall, and we were there last night with a bunch of friends that also sold out. Miranda Young, the Ghost Biker, was there last night, and so was Dr. Chris Summer of Soul Sisters. Super people also, just the best, and it was a great event, and I hope everybody enjoyed it and had a great time. I know that we did. We didn't do any hunting or anything else. We just sat around and we're kind of like the
well, technically we didn't do any hunting until the end of the night.
Right.
And I gotta say, man, the end of the night it got a little eerie.
Yeah.
All night long, it's like, oh, it's nice and calm.
Yeah.
Everybody was gone. Oh, things got a little eerie.
Yep.
We hung out in the yard quite a bit, and we saw a lot going on out there.
Did you guys have any feeling that the full moon and the 9/9 portal had an effect on your event, possibly?
I don't know, but Jenny, she took some amazing photos of the moon last night. She's gonna have to send them to you.
Oh, I'm telling you,
I want to see them.
And put me on that list too, because I have got to get copies of it. It was awesome. But I will tell you, it rained and was cloudy. And then I guess it was about, 10 o'clock. All of a sudden, we're standing in the yard and everything changes and you see pop. And here's this gigantic ball in the sky.
Right.
Everything lit up.
Everything lit up. And then you look over and, wait, is that fog rolling in? You're talking about those special nights when you know that there's, getting eerie and everything else. It's that time of the year when you look around and you go, ooh. Talking about an atmosphere. No, we've got one. But it was a little bit different at the end of the night as everything progressed and people were heading out. But boy, we spent most of the time outside, and we followed our tails around quite a lot, looking and going, you see that? But Octagon Hall is what it is. And folks, if you haven't had an opportunity to be there, please come out and say hello to Octagon Hall and get a chance to go through the wonderful home and to see the property that's survived the Civil War and take yourself back in the time a little bit. And if you do happen to, if we can talk these two into having another event, let's do the same thing. We'll have them out there and They are just the best. And you have not had anything. The last few times that we've been together, and we've been in the hall. God help you if that's the way this week that weekend works out.
Because,
It's always an adventure. It's just a fun adventure.
Yeah, it's an adventure.
Multiple dimensional adventure. That's all.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes. I'm just going to jump into the chat room here. I wanted to just say hi to everybody. Hello, Holly. You're the first one that popped up here on it. Vicky Norris, hello. Nikki, hey, what you doing? Leanne, hi. They're all happy to see you all. Beth Allen, there you go. Christy Moore Hughes, thank you for showing up tonight and having a good night.
And encourage everyone to reach out to Jenny for a reading.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And there's Eileen Jones, Melinda Fraze, everybody. Yeah, what is going on? This is wonderful. And, it's just a super, super crowd out there tonight. And let's see, I'll let you guys read them off and see if we have questions. We'll take questions all night long. We're going to talk about just some outrageously wonderful things. We're going to talk about, hopefully we'll get to the part where we're talking about a lot of consciousness, and we're going to talk a lot about a few other things. But let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the world right now and what you guys think that we need to do and what you need to do to prepare to do that. Hello, Tara. I just saw you in there also. And Shaliella, how are you doing? And it is just awesome. We have got so many different people in here tonight. Brandon, how are you doing? So I will take a look later, and I'll let our wonderful other. Hello, Kimmy. How are you doing? It's good to see you tonight, also. But what do you guys think about what's where we are today and where we're going to be tomorrow?
Well, times are changing, folks. So, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm pretty dang excited because I don't know if we all felt this, but there was a massive shift in the energy. And I started the week out, I felt a little hysterical. I had watched a movie and just, everything that we've been working on, everything that we had hoped for, things are aligning very rapidly. And it was palpable. It was energetically, physically palpable at the beginning of the week. And then the shift did come, and it was just like almost a relief. And things are going to change because we can't fix the broken. We have to build the new. So we got to focus our energy on what we can do. You do what you can with what you have, where you're at. That's the best advice I've ever been given. And it's the best advice I can give because, you can make a difference right where you are. One person in their alignment causes 750,000 other people to get that energetic permission slip. So yeah, there's bad out there, but there's so much more good. If you focus on the good, the focus on the blessings, you're going to multiply that and it's going to expand. And tell me what. So yeah, let's talk a little tiny bit about, I love, now you guys probably saw our pictures with Shonda. We have some close personal friends there. They're like family. They're like our soul family here with Baron, Tawny, Billy, and all of you guys too. Like we're all soul family, right? Like we're all related. And that spark of the divine that's in each one of us, goes back to whatever source creator is. So that connects us all. So when we're on the stage with our buddies from Shine down there, we look out in the crowd, there's 30,000, I don't know, 50,000 people. There's a ton of people. They have this number one signal. It's called Daylight. I'm absolutely, I'm infatuated with the song, the meaning, the lyrics, what it does for people. But, we're all going to go through those tough times. We may go through them soon. You may have some times where it feels a little dark, but if you can't be a light, find a light. And that's what that song talks about. And it talks about all of us being brothers and sisters and being connected in consciousness. That's why they call it the collective consciousness. And consciousness connects all of us together to this greater good, the greater humanity as a whole. And when they ask those people to light up their cell phones, to light up, throughout that whole venue, and that's the second venue we've been there. That is the most unbelievable. It defies description, to be quite honest with you. The immense feeling of cohesion that rippled through that entire crowd in like a second.
You know, we've seen it at two different states now. You look out into the blackness. There's a sea of blackness from the stage view, right? And when those cell phones light up, and it's just like this aha moment. And you see people out there hugging who don't even know each other, high-fiving each other, all the differences, any differences, any racial things are gone.
Political.
It's gone. It's instantly wiped away. And the music and the frequency of that music does it. And the love that the band and everybody is putting out is phenomenal. You can literally feel it. You can feel it go through your body. It's amazing. And when you're there and you're experiencing that, of course, she's bawling. She bawls every time. So, and I'm just sitting there just in awe because you just see it happen right before your very eyes. There's no division. It's love. It's compassion. It's everything that we are supposed to be.
That's that level of consciousness that we're all striving to be one unified unit as a humanity as a whole. And in that moment, we're witnessing that. We were privy to feel that. And I think to myself, this is what it's all about. This is why we work so hard. This is why we deal with the darkness and all the things that come down the pike. Like that one split second when all hearts align on the same frequency. I mean, those guys put the intention into their, you should see the preparation backstage for a show like this.
Like we're privy to everything, so we see the preparation, what they put into it.
There are prayers, intentions.
They're setting intentions before the show.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing. And, you know, when you see it actually affect that many people, like Jen said, within a second, it's undescribable.
It's awe-inspiring.
Yeah, it really is. And it's fast. It's just
imagine doing it on a nightly basis.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No wonder it feels so euphoric to them when they come off. You know, it's such a high. We felt it. We still feel it.
Yeah, we're still
still in that frequency.
You know, it's just crazy.
And you know, if you stay humble and you stay in your alignment and you do what you need to do with that type of energy, this one experience probably could. I said that last time when we were in Charleston as well. One experience like that, I could go for the rest of my life and know that's what happens when this works. When this works, that's the product of us being in our alignment, doing our own work, being in our self-care, being mindful of our boundaries, really taking good energetic care of ourselves so then we can share that wholeness with others and help other people understand that they too, nobody's lost in that darkness. There's always going to be a light somewhere. If you can't be a light, find a light. You know, but a lot of us are in a level of consciousness that we're aware of all this stuff already. So we are the light. Like I always wanted to build that lighthouse. And one day I realized, I was like, well, shoot, we are the lighthouses. We're all the lighthouses. And all we got to do is stand and shine. Lighthouses don't go running around trying to save boats. They just stand there and shine. That's all you have to do. You know, you just have to stand and shine. And I don't think we've ever had the conversation with them where the name Shine Down came from. But what other best way to say that, you know, just let that light shine and let that pour from you. Your soul has a song, and we were just totally blown away.
And they're so spiritually connected, and if you just listen to the lyrics of some of their music, you're going to be like, whoa, it totally will resonate with you if you never listened to them or anything. And this new album is so freaking off the chain, like with what they're talking about.
What's it called?
It's called Planet Zero. If you don't know that. They talk about aliens in there. The
Dead Don't Die.
My favorite song is The Dead Don't Die. It's like my theme song, you know. I mean, I love it. And, you know, because, you know, you guys know that I've had 3 NDEs in my life. Jen's had 5, and it just resonates with me. You know, you can knock me down, you can kick my butt, but guess what? I pop right back up. So, you know, the dead don't die. So, because we have a mission. So, you know. So that's what it's all about. And, you know, when you see that, we know when we saw what we saw again the other night that the false narrative that's being put out there is so fake and so divisive. It's not true, guys. It's not true. We seen it. We seen the realness of it right in front of our eyes. It's all about the people, man. The people, we have the power, not anyone else, not any government. They're just spinning a false narrative on all this stuff. It's up to us to say, no, you're out of here and do what we got to do, because in the masses is the power. The power comes from the masses of people in that collective consciousness, like Jen said. Nothing can beat that.
No, and it comes from deep into the well of the spiritual wealth, deep into the well of consciousness itself, and as we said, as one, there is nothing that we cannot do, and there's no place that we cannot go, and that is exactly right. The fake narrative, the news that you see out here, and everything else.
And we may see some things. Some of us may be even anticipating something. In counseling, we've talked about a trajectory of dying, or the death trajectory. We talk about the preparation because of the sickness or the illness, and we talk about the expectation. So that you have the expectation that somebody's going to pass or something's going to change. The grief process still will continue despite all of the preparation or the expectation. So as a unit, as a community, as humanity, we will grieve loss. So as a whole, all of us are going to go through this change and transition. Just know that you're not alone. You're not alone. You always can ask for help. There's somebody somewhere, one of us, come reach out to one of us, and we'll help. If we can't help, we'll find somebody to help you. That's why I always say, if I don't know the answer, I'll find the answer and I'll get you the answer. I might not have it, but I'll know where to get it.
Never give up.
No.
Never give up.
Never.
Don't take the short road. Tomorrow's a new day. If you have a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, even a bad year, tomorrow's a new day.
It's just like we talk.
Always say, one foot in front of the other.
Yep, that's right.
The cognitive dissonance is a real thing, and a lot of people may struggle with current events and things that are happening. The trajectory, though, the new that is coming from the unraveling. Let's just call it the unraveling. It's just a nicer word that I found that I could use to describe it. The unraveling is a beautiful thing because we have all this new yarn, so to speak, to build new. We have every ability to choose higher and greater good. And like Dave said, if it's a bad day, if it's a bad moment, we only live a second at a time. Start your day over. I say the serenity prayer. God, grant me serenity to change the things, to accept the things I cannot change. That means everything on the outside of me, the courage to change the things I can. That's me. That's only me. And the wisdom to know the difference. To me, that's huge.
It starts within yourself. Don't sit in your own poo. Change your own. You are the master of your own destiny. So if you choose to sit in your own poo and waller in that, guess where your vibration is going to be? Way down here.
And you're going to get more poo because you're attracting that vibration. You don't get what you want. You get what you vibrate at. You get the resonance of the vibration. So choose the next higher thought. Choose the next higher action. Choose that next higher step, because you're only helping yourself and everybody that you love. You're helping yourself. That's the best thing. People say all the time, I want to help so-and-so. That's great. It's a journey of a wounded healer. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, read my book. I did it like 200,000 times. God pulls up from the pit. He don't recruit from the pulpit. I say that jokingly all the time because I've been in it. I get it. I understand. I feel for you. It's rough. It is so rough, and you're not alone. And if you just choose that next highest level, you're going to do such a great thing for the people around you by taking care of yourself. It will be unbelievable. It's a ripple effect. Like, you'll cause healing to happen just by healing yourself and helping yourself. Because you can't help somebody else if you got an empty cup. You just can't pour from an empty cup.
That is 100% right. 100% right. And, just you talked about the energy from your weekend and all that, being able to see all that stuff. And we get to see that every time that we are around. When all this, our family and all these people out here all get together, and you'll see it on the event on Friday night and Saturday night when you get there, you are going to leave totally a different person, because that energy is going to swell up in you, and you are going to beam from one end to the other. And hopefully that you get it, and it's going to continue to be that special thing for you, and you'll be able to go inside yourself to be able to pull that well of light out and be that lighthouse that we all have the capability of being.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in you. It's all within your grasp, and it's all what you decide to do. I want just to say some other shout outs. It's so great to have, we do this show not for us or anything else. We do it for everybody else out there. And it's so great to see people join us. And many of your fans are out here. Brandiversity, thank you. Tara, thank you. Melvin.
Melvin.
How you doing, brother? Tawana Bear's in the house. Pam Stalling. Todd Eskew. Frankie Lynn. Frankie, you're the best, darling. You're so great. Beth Allen. There's another sweet lady. Joanne Stewart. Pam Bohannon Rich. And, of course, the one and only Ada Cox.
Oh.
Ada, so good to
Ada, if you guys don't know, Ada runs the store for us when we're out and about. So
Ada's a rock star.
she's awesome.
We are so blessed, and let me tell you, she holds down one heck of an energy front too.
Mm-hmm.
She does a lot of work behind the scenes that maybe she's not talking about. So we'll talk about her instead and tell you guys how awesome of a job she does.
Don't turn bright red, Ada.
Yeah, we are very blessed, very blessed to have that
I
lady.
bet she's sitting at home bright red right now.
Yeah.
She's on our team.
She's a very special lady. And,
Yeah.
Y'all
She's
stop in
angel.
the store and visit her.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are down here. Get to the store and visit Miss Ada. She loves when people come in and tells their stories, and she gets to help that way too. And she has awesome abilities, and that's a way for her to spread her light.
Yes. And there is so much going on. And speaking of that, and you're going to hear a lot more about light and connecting consciousness, because our next two shows are going to be with the group from Connecting Consciousness. We're going to bring some of the wonderful people that are involved in Connecting Consciousness to you guys, so we can continue our discussions and have some great times, because you're going to meet some super people, very special people that are all out to help humanity, help each other, and to raise up this stuff, because this is a new beginning, folks. This is what it's all about, and you are now in a special time. And it is you just can't stop from smiling.
I love it.
It just pours out of you in every way, and it's going to be super exciting. We're going to get back to
He's fraud, and I said smile, and he goes, "I'm smiling on the inside."
I got it.
Ada says her face is red.
Uh-huh.
I told you.
Such a turd sometimes. Sorry, Ada, I can't take him nowhere.
You're not having fun. You're not living.
That's right. Exactly.
We love you, Ada. We love all you guys in the chat room. I mean, from Frankie to Todd and Leanne to my little parathug Beth Allen to so many different Pam, you're in there. I heard your name in there. There's probably some I didn't catch, and you guys are all awesome. We're so excited to come out and see you and spend time with you again. It can't come soon enough for us. We're really excited, and I promise I'll get my schedule done for the weekends for readings probably in the next couple of days. Things have been crazy busy, and we are not expecting a baby, but my niece is ready to have her fourth child, and we're patiently waiting to go to the hospital. So I'm glad I was still able to be on the call tonight.
Also, I'll be appearing at the Mothman Festival this coming weekend, so come see me.
I'll be in tow. Come give me a hug. I'll be working the booth though.
Well, we'll have we'll have a booth with I'll be signing books, selling books, and then we'll have a World of Weird merch table too.
And a whole bunch of weirdness will be at the table selling it.
Yes.
Let's get weird. Come see us.
Anybody near the Ohio border, West Virginia border by Point Pleasant, definitely, if you've never done the Mothman Festival, if you've never had a chance to stop by, and if you want to meet two of the most special people in all of our hearts, stop by and say hey to Dave and Serenity. And Dave's had a lot of experience in that area. And I got to tell you something, man. These bat-like creatures are appearing at the hall, man.
Yeah, I remember you saying something about that last week, and that's pretty wild, actually. You know, you think about that. Where are they coming from? What are they? What are they doing here? You know.
Well, if you can answer that, you can answer every other question I have about
it. 37 parallel too, right? So
it's got it all. But you know, what else? What else you getting into, Dave? I know you are the. I mean, this guy tells me you got to write a book, Barry. You got to write a book, and he writes out 15 of them every time he gets it. I mean, he sits down, and the book pops out, you know. And that, or he's doing DVDs. He's doing all this great stuff. So, tell us what's going on in the paranormal world, where you're coming from, and what your thoughts are. And what's
several cool things going on. The new West Virginian Dogman book is just about to come out. You know, as with many other creatures, you know, we have enough Dogman sightings and experiences in West Virginia, enough to do a book on, based off some of the historical sightings and the things that went on, and then some of my encounters and other people that I've interviewed and investigated. So no one had ever done a full-blown West Virginia Dogman book, so I said, why not? I'll do it, you know, because it needs to be done. We're not really known for the Dogman here, but there's some significant historical things that have happened here in the Mountain State. You know, of course, some of it was back when it was still all Virginia before the Civil War, but it's still West Virginia, folks. I mean, you know, it's the same. I mean, an invisible state line doesn't mean anything when it comes to these cryptids and things like this. And there's some really compelling stuff in this book. I think it's going to open some people's eyes. It's not a great, big, thick book, but you know, nevertheless, it has some great information in it. Some of my experiences, some of the investigations I've done. We've got another contribution from the awesome Dr. Raymond Keller in that book. So, you know, Jody Cook also contributed, and the foreword is by Mr. Ken Gerhard. So it's a good little book. Not a whole, it's not a 200-page book, but it's got some good info in it. And, you know, there's so many different ways you can run with these Dogmen, hellhounds, and so many different other names they go by here in West Virginia. So you can pre-order the book now, and if you pre-order, you get a signed book from me sent directly to your home and a little surprise gift as well. So if you get on my Facebook, it tells you how to pre-order that with the PayPal account. But that's only going to go for maybe one more week, and then I'm shutting that down. So. Let's see what else we got going on.
This guy's always working too. Let me tell you, he made
the second wheat book is in the works. Awesome. And there's something, I'm not even going to say anything major, but something really big is in the works.
I didn't even think he was going to tell you that.
That's all I'm going to say about that. So.
That's all.
Yeah. You know, this guy's always working though. I mean, he made lasagna one night and he was like, hold on, babe. He took a Dogman sighting call from a high-ranking official. I had to keep the lasagna warm because we had to wait, but that's our life. Like, that's how we live. Like, this is not something we do. This is just how we live, right? So he's like, man, that's really good. That's going to go in the Dogman book. So
it's just prosecuting attorney, you know, I mean, go figure.
I didn't want to say that, but
that's okay.
Didn't say what county.
I just don't have to tell you what county it's in. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the kind of, you know, that's the kind of calls we get, you know, we're sitting there.
Exactly.
People say, I'd pay money to watch your dinner conversation.
Hang on to that. You may get a chance to do that. Never know.
Also, we, as you know, Bear, you guys will be a part of this. We are in the works with our own network. It's in the works. It's in development, as we would say.
We're closer. We're a little closer.
So, that's a big undertaking, but I think it's something that will be very special.
I think so.
When we get it up and running. So it's going to have it all, folks.
It is going to be one-stop shopping, literally one-stop shopping.
You know, here's the thing. So you guys know I'm on multiple TV shows and whatnot. Doesn't matter to me. I want to show the real stuff. I want to show what I really do, what she really does, what you guys really do. And that's what it's all about. Not the Hollywood style, our style.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And we're developing the right connections and the backing and everything else it's going to take to make this one heck of a streaming network. And it's not, it's going to be covering every topic you can imagine: supernatural, metaphysical, alien, cryptids, hauntings, the whole freaking nine.
Children of the light, even too.
Yep, children of the light, consciousness.
Maybe even some music. You never know.
20 and backers, the whole freaking nine, and even music, because music is frequency, and what are we always talking about?
So much. And, I always remember, and this dates me back a long time ago, I remember the people who are from the late 60s, Jimi Hendrix. I remember the first book I ever read on Jimi Hendrix. It was before he died, actually. And it came out right about the time that he passed. And he was talking about what he would really like to do in his life was to be able to set up healing centers with music, to be able to do that frequency. And if anyone has ever listened to Jimi Hendrix music, back then it was just so raw and people didn't really understand it, but he was affecting that frequencies, and the way that he was playing that guitar was actually spreading out that stuff. And he was trying to do healing centers, all of that, and move everything out. And that, we look at that was in 69, and people still have not. There are people that are doing it, like Shine Down and their new album and all the good stuff, that are incorporating that. And when you hear that kind of music and you hear Daylight and you hear those kind of songs, it just goes poof.
Yeah.
I have a really cool story about Jimi Hendrix from a spiritual standpoint. Adam was 8 years old, and I had my first office outside of my home, and he was 8. And I had come home from a really late night. I had seen patients all day, and then I did a healing circle. I would do them every Thursday night. So, way back then, I think we called it Heal the Healers, and we just all got together and we would do a group meditation, and we would do like some activity to enhance connection, whether it's clairvoyant activity, clairaudient, whatever. We had a banging group that night. Everybody's on cloud nine with all of this awesome stuff happen. And I walked in, Adam's playing on the floor. And I should tell you too, in the group meditation, one of the guys that was working on his mediumship said, Jimi Hendrix is here. And I was like, no shit. Oh, no crap. That's awesome. Right? So I was like, what's he want to say? And he said, he just really likes you. Now, I auditioned for The Voice in 2012. I've connected to the 27 Club prior to meeting Dave. And then Dave fills me in on all the background stuff about 27 Club that I really didn't even know, and about curses and all that stuff. And he was on one of the shows for that and spoke on that topic. And I walked in the door, and Adam looks up at me, and he looks behind me, and he goes, huh, who's that guy, Mommy? And the black guy behind you, where's his guitar? I said, what did you just say, Adam? He goes, where's his guitar? Adam was 8.
Yeah.
He was 8 years old. And I said, well, who is it? And I almost had a heart attack. He goes, I think his name's Jimmy. And I was like, Jimi Hendrix followed me home from work. This is awesome. I was so excited, right?
Adam didn't know who Jimi Hendrix was from nothing,
Yeah, literally. And that stuff, I never knew why, though.
That makes total sense now that what Bear said with him wanting to do healing.
Yeah, I just had to tell you that. And I think our collective intention for that evening, too, that's before Synergy Springs was birthed. So, Synergy was always something I had in my mind, but I had the Healing Fields Wellness Center. I was at 3E before that. We did 3E Synergy Counseling Services. And then Synergy Springs came from that thought process of having a wellspring inside of us. And that's what you talked about earlier as well. Like, we have all of that. And that's what Synergy is, us sharing all those streams of our endless spring, our eternal spring that connects us to spirit. So that's just really cool, Barry. You brought that all together for us. See, Bear talks in riddles, and he only gives us pieces at a time. Like, we're no different.
Say, what the heck's that supposed to mean? He says, you got to do the work, boy.
You got to do the work.
And I'm like, but Also, on another note, the Octagon Hall project is being worked on as we speak. So we're cutting that up and editing it up, getting it ready to go. Get the master editor involved, and I've already talked to him on the phone. He's all in, so
fun stuff happening.
Yeah. So we've been waiting to do that project for quite some time, and we're looking at 2 to 3, maybe even 4 DVDs on that, guys. I mean, the footage we have is pretty phenomenal. So, that's another one in the works, and
it'll be in
the week documentary. The first part will come out on DVD probably right around Halloween, I think. So, and you guys are all a part of that as well. And that's not the big thing. The real big thing I was talking about with the week. But that's all part of it, So a lot of stuff coming on the Weep still. So the Weep.
Right, exactly.
The Weep's its own entity, man. Literally. So
it's very funny that we have had the honor and the privilege to be at the Weep with you several times. And and a lot of people are aware of that. They've got copies of the Weep book and so forth. And other people who have been to the Weep also, but there's not a time that we don't sit down at one point somewhere and someone doesn't bring up the Weep. And
how do we get there? You can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
Also,
you don't want to.
Right. Well, that's what folks don't understand. If they thought the first book was freaky and creepy, wait till they read the second one, man.
Yeah.
Because so much more happened. I mean, the last time we all were there and we filmed that part and investigated, that's all going to be in the book. And then what happened to Jen and everything else. I mean, there's so much more to be told there. So, what happened, it's going to be,
talk about a trajectory.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, I really hadn't I kind of put that whole thing on the back burner, because so much other stuff's going on. But I realized about 3-4 days ago, I said, no, I got to get back on that and get that second book done.
Yeah.
Spirit's talking.
Spirit's telling me it's got to get done.
Exactly. That's happening, and it's all happening at the same time.
Yeah. And it's all gonna culminate into that really big thing that's going on.
And the timing is not coincidental.
I was just saying that. You took your words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, well, I was probably reading energy a little bit, right?
Well, she said way back in, I think it was November, December last year. She's like, this year, 2022 is going to be a phenomenal freaking year.
Yeah.
For what we've all of us got going on and what we've done already that hasn't even been brought to light yet. So.
And just like you guys, I know you guys do a lot of work behind the scenes. Nobody knows really everything that you do. We kind of don't lead with that. I know you guys don't either. So it's just like, hey, good to see you, pass the ketchup. Pass the ketchup. I just did an exorcism yesterday. Okay, thanks. No, it's not a big deal. It's just like, okay, that's great. But we're quietly doing our work. Sometimes things just kind of come together and it's like this perfect combination of energy on the timeline. Everything is in divine timing. Everything is coordinated on a very high level, very high. And I kind of get a little bit of I get guff from him sometimes. I get guff from other people, but I know already what's going to happen because multidimensionally, whether you want to see it like quantumly, however you want to, I already saw it happen. I already knew it happened. It's already happened somewhere else. So now it's going to come to fruition here on this plane and it's going to happen. And everybody just needs to take a deep breath because this is stuff that we have all been working on, doing and contributing to. And many of you guys that are watching do too. And you know what I'm talking about. So it's time to get your popcorn, folks. It's time to get your popcorn and enjoy the show and enjoy life and just experience everything. Just be in the moment.
That is well said and well taken. And what I was going to add to that is that through all of the people look back through 2020 and all of this stuff and look at all the good that has come out of the bad. People don't get that part. They don't see that part of it. And that's all by divine spirit. That's all guided through a special way. And it's bringing more and more together as it's opening up. And this, it's just like a flower coming to the end. And you go, whoop, and here it is. There's the bloom. And it's a beautiful thing. And that is what we're going through right now. And abundance and all of the wonderful rewards that come by being diligent, working with others and helping them. You can't help anyone if you can't help yourself first.
Yeah, absolutely right, 110%.
So you put your house in order, and that lighthouse becomes a pillar that goes infinitely. It's not just.
And that's Bear just giving me a message.
There you go.
Remember your sunglasses.
Yes. Everybody, sunglasses are required for the.
You might need SPF 50 too.
Oh, gee. I should come with a warning label. I don't.
Right, exactly.
I might have one made. Frankie, can we get a shirt like that says I need a warning label?
Right. I come with my own warning label. I love it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Used to be Surgeon General's warning on cigarettes. Now, caution, light may be too intensely loving. If you're in a bad mood, you might as well forget about it. It's not going to happen.
Right, exactly. And it's so great. When I get to sit back and I get to do a show with you guys, and I hope that the audience that's watching it gets to see it, and because I look around and all we do at the end of our shows, my cheeks hurt from smiling so much and beaming. And I'm looking at Tanya and Billy and everybody, and it's just like, and folks, I hope that you feel the same way, and I hope that you feel this energy and it goes to you to better your thing. Yes, with love and also it is a very special time. It's amazing what we can do for each other. We've all had a rough day. We've all done a lot of stuff in a rough week, and here we are enjoying the spoils of wonderful a relationship with great spirited people that are moving forward with a spirit and a light that cannot be stopped. So,
amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes. Anyway, not for Bears talk. So I know that there's got to be, something in the chat room. Have you guys been watching the chat room? Or I know that there's got to be. Oh, somebody says, I love that, Frankie. That's perfect. Frankie goes, SPF 1111.
Oh, I love it. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's
Caution.
excellent. And Alan's on your shirt and on the SP 111.
Oh, guys, I got to tell you this before I forget, because we'll get off on another subject.
Yeah.
We got a new shirt coming out that says, "Let's go Bigfoot."
Oh my God.
And it's the same exact design, and it's got a squatch on it. How awesome is that?
I love it.
Those will be available at the World of Weird in the near future.
Super. Excellent. That's fantastic.
Totally tongue in cheek and maybe borderline inappropriate, but really funny.
Yeah. We saw it. We had to do it.
It was funny.
As I'm looking, and I love art, and I love things that really, like the tree of life is behind you, and it is so awesome. And I've got to ask whoever, if you did that artwork, hats off to you. But whoever did that artwork or whoever did that, would you please give them the kudos of mention their name or whatever, because that is just.
Thanks, I drew it.
He's so full of crap. No.
I spray painted
show 'em what it
that.
looks
What
like
are you
with the lights
talking
on.
about? I spray painted it.
I have to tell you, that came to West Virginia via Synergy Springs in Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
Kristen DeZambo Morvash,
It's a
who
quilt.
she got it made for me.
Wow.
And I'm infatuated with the Sisterhood of the Rose, obviously, for obvious reasons. If you don't know what that is, look it up. You definitely will be very enthralled with the data that you find. And I had a tree on my farm, right, when I lived there, and it was going to be a cover for one of my books in its different seasons. It was going to be called Seasons of Grief. I still might write that book. I'm not sure yet. It's kind of sitting on the shelf. I haven't touched it for years. And my tree died. It got struck by lightning. That was kind of a divine intervention, like it's time to leave the farm, but I really didn't want to go because my tree was there. I grew up there. You might be seeing a new Unapologetically Authentic. I have 6 more years to add to that. That tree dying is part of my process and my own personal trajectory. But Kristen went out of her way and got me this made. And she's a phenomenal psychic medium who I had the pleasure of teaching Reiki to. I had the pleasure of being in classes with, and now she reads for me. Like she's just awesome. She was here at MonsterCon. She'll probably be here at MonsterCon again. I don't know if she's in the chat room or not. Some of you guys know her. Ada, you got to meet her, and we just love her. She has purple hair. Sometimes she has different color hair. She's just one of the most spiritually gifted women I've ever met. And I went to high school with her, and we weren't friends. She was older than me. She came from she went to Catholic school, and then when you go to Catholic school in our area, you transfer into public school. Like no one knows you, right? Because you didn't grow up with all of us because you went to a different school. So she was walking down the hallway when she transferred in, and I literally thought she was an angel. I was like, whoa, like she's not from here. And I knew that in like 9th grade, but I never had the guts to tell her. So I told her when I saw her as an adult, she goes, get out of here. I never saw myself like that. I was like, dude, what mirror are you looking in? Like for real. And she's just a really awesome person. So if you get a chance to meet her or see her online anywhere in rooms or on the show, definitely hit her up. She's just a wonderful person. And she had the vision of getting that made. Mm-hmm. So that just, she didn't make it, but she had it in her head and she got it done. And all the different seasons of probably me are on there. And some of them are a little spunky, some of them are sparkly, some of them are half dead. So you get the picture, right?
I get it. But it is awesome, and I love the lighting that you're using to hit it with and everything else.
It's my new background for my podcasts and maybe some other things coming up. So
fantastic. And somebody better send me an invite to that podcast, and if you do have it out and you do hitting it, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news: Serenity Jenny podcast.
It's out now.
Yeah.
Wow. You wait till you see.
I'll tell you, we've been filming a lot of stuff, and she had some stuff filmed before. All this stuff is going to go on that network. So, that's it's going to be cool, guys. I'm telling you.
It's definitely. He had his version of what he wanted to do prior to I'm meeting him in 2019 coming into his life. I had a vision of what I wanted to do. And
I tried to make it happen with some other people. And
it just wasn't the right energy. It wasn't the right combination of energy. That's all. And sometimes departure and redirection is God's form of protection.
So I'll tell you, it was definitely the right thing. It happened for a reason. And I'm glad I'm out of that situation. So.
And we don't know what we don't know until
it's going way, way higher than that would ever be.
That's what we say when we do intentional work, like we state the intention, this energy level or higher. So then that way, maybe we're not thinking or contemplating on that level that spirit can think on. So maybe there's something even grander out there. And he was like, okay, next 10-4, I got it.
Everything we do is a stepping stone to the next, right? So, sometimes we meet people that are only supposed to be in our lives for a short period of time. Sometimes we meet people that are in our lives forever, and we learn from those situations, and those are our life stepping stones and you get to a point, sometimes you say, well, that's not the right fit. So you move on, and it happens for a reason, just like Jen said, and then it goes up and up and up. So, you know, that one wasn't meant to be. This is, and everything else that's happening is where it's supposed to be. And that's, you know, I'm on cloud friggin' 89 right now.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, there's some really cool stuff happening. So,
and it just goes to show you that when you release all the energy, that the stagnant energy, the stuck energy,
it doesn't serve your best.
The big boulders that we carry, you know, from our past, like our big rucksack full of boulders that, you know, we're going to wait and throw them at somebody sometime because somebody wronged us. All that is extra weight on the journey. It's not necessary. So if you put that down and you leave an energetic opening for new energy to come in, it can't come in with all that old junk. Like, and I hate to say it like this, but this was the best analogy I've ever heard in my life. You cannot get a hold of the door handle for opportunity if your hands are full of yesterday's junk.
Right. And you know, she being able to teach me this stuff is a real accomplishment because I'm as stubborn as they get, trust me. And, you know, I'm a tourist for one, and I'm stubborn and bullheaded. And, you know, I'm laughing at myself sometimes now because I'm like, I can't believe I've transformed this much into a different person that I am. Still the same me, but
better.
I've evolved so much since, you know, in the last 3 years.
He's more him now.
I'm who I'm supposed to be.
Right. His essence, you know, his authentic self.
And I'm still making changes and whatnot. But, you know, because I saw everything in black and white. It's either this or that, and that's it. You know, it can't be anything else, but that's just so not true. That's the farthest from the truth.
That's very law enforcement thinking too. I mean, military law enforcement, they're trained like that. My brother was in law enforcement. I come from a military family. I worked with law enforcement in law enforcement, and I saw it every day, all day long. I'm like, oh, it's gray, guys. It's all gray. And they're like, Jenny, everything's not sunshine, sparkles, and gray. It's either an infraction of the law or it's not. I'm like, all right, guys, that's not life. You know, that's how I grew up. And when I met him, I was like, that's true, but what if? And could it happen like this? And what if this happened? And did you think of this? And he would get a little grumbly sometimes. You're trying to change me. I'm like, I'm just opening some doors maybe that weren't open before.
So you can go from the outside looking in and make changes that you need to make to further evolve and be who you're supposed to be. And we all need to do that.
And he helps me do that too, because there's things that I kind of get pigeonholed or narrow-mindedness. And I'm like, well, this works for me. I'm going to keep working like this. And he's like, well, you got to keep in mind that this, and this also exists. And I always call him my tactical training officer, right? he brings spiritual tack, of course, right? So he's like, hey, did you look at your perimeter? How about your flanks? And do you know that this monster exists? And I was like, shoot, no, I don't. I didn't even, what is that again? Like, can you define that for me? I just take the trash out. I don't look in a bag. And he's like, well, maybe next time you won't have to have a trash bag. It just won't happen because conditions wouldn't be favorable for that to occur. Yeah. So he helps me a lot too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good
combination.
Yeah. We make a heck of a team.
Yes, it does. You do make a great team. You do make an awesome team. And it's a wonderful thing. And I got to go back just a little bit when Dave was talking about the stepping thing. And that's one of the reasons why back a long time ago when I started this journey in quest, we used to talk about the pyramid, and the old pyramids had the steps on it and everything else. And as we would talk about those steps of life, and as you meet people, that some of the people fall away, some of them are there forever, and they're here to help train and help you possess and give and progress farther and farther up that ladder. But what we would look at it as each step that you come, or each lifetime that you come back at, you're still trying to go up to the top of the pinnacle of that top. And when you get to the top of that pyramid, what is there? The Godhead. That is the opening of all complete total consciousness, total awareness, ascended mastership, whatever you would like to talk about it. And then others come back and do it and help others beyond that point. And we're all looking for that because we are all one and we are all created on an equal basis to be able to fulfill the wonderful jobs of helping everyone else assist and ascend to a higher level. And it's a pleasure to have you guys working and doing the things and being around you guys, and it makes us all smile and it all makes us great. I love it so much. You don't understand how my heart just goes out to you guys, because you guys are the best. You brothers and sisters, and we've got a large family, and there's a bunch of them on here, and there's a bunch everywhere, and we are so blessed to have those individuals. And so thank you all for doing that. I am just kind of like going, duh, can't talk no more. I want to go down and go, it was awesome, and I'm crying. But I would love to. I know there's got to be 1,000 questions in that chat room, and I'm not.
Holy cow! What happened?
It popped off of there.
Oh, yeah. I thought something threw it.
Nah, it's so tight.
There is a question in there.
Yep, there's a few questions. I can't read,
so help me out.
No, you disappeared.
Here, wait.
There you go.
Oh, we got you back.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Spooky, that whole phone just
shot off.
Yeah.
Right off the holder.
Yep.
Woogie, woogie.
You ready for a question?
We're ready. Bring it on.
Shoot.
Go for it, babe.
Okay. Melinda wants to know, since we're on the topic, can you ask Jenny if she does past life regression or helping others in releasing negative energies?
I actually do, Miss Melinda. I love you, and thank you for my birthday wishes. That was very sweet of you. I'm sorry we haven't gotten to connect since then, but we will soon. So answering your question, yes, I do. I read trauma timelines from this lifetime and other lifetimes. And what happens is when you release that trauma from another lifetime, your physical right now can and will improve. So yeah, absolutely. Whoever needs help, send them my way. I'll get to them as quickly as I can. Virtual scheduling for me is a lot easier than in person because I'm straddling a couple different states right now, but I do have maybe an opening or two this week actually. So if you know somebody or if it's you, just give me shoot me a message and I will do what I can to help. Hopefully that helps answer your question. Let me tell you one more thing on that, just so you know. You can manifest, like the soul programs the flesh, right? So if you have a past life in somewhere where you broke your kneecap and your leg broke off or you got your leg cut off or whatever, this is actually a real case that I did. A person had inexplicable idiopathic knee pain. So nothing was ever physically noted in the entire workup. Even the holistic providers were like at a loss. So we did trauma release on the timeline from a different lifetime, which we had to regress the client back to that lifetime. And they got their leg caught in a wagon wheel and pinched it off. It cut it off. So that trauma energy stayed in the spiritual body, which is the soul in the Merkaba that leaves the flesh. So when it got programmed into new flesh in this body, that trauma was still in that energy. Does that make sense? So hopefully that explains how it happens and how we can manifest those things in this life. So, I mean, there's tons of different and like analogies I can give you and examples, real case files, but that's the best one I've ever had. And that person released that trauma energy and healed and really didn't need to know a whole bunch more about that past life. That's all we needed from there, and was able to move on and no more knee pain. I actually have a young lady that doesn't have seizures as well because of a regression and a trauma timeline release. And
just to reiterate, if you are looking for an appointment for this week and she's only got 2 left, get there before Billy Sims does, because after he hears that, he's I'm there. They gotta have an appointment ASAP.
This week is virtual. I'm doing my weekend for you guys. I swear I have people messaging me like crazy. I have it all tallied up, but we had event after event after event, and I think I get to catch a break. I may actually have one day off.
Well, that whole situation resonates with me too, because when I was born, I had a perfectly round hole birthmark on my top of my right leg, right?
Mhm.
So, and I've got multiple injuries on my right leg throughout this life. And she thinks that I got shot in another lifetime in my leg. It's because it was a perfect hole, just like a bullet hole would make on your and scar you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And over the years, it's slowly gone away. So it's kind of weird, man. And I had it my whole life, and it's just, and it was deep, just like you had a gunshot wound. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So
Metal scars.
yep.
Oh, yeah, your body actually will have birthmarks from past life traumas and or life-ending injuries. So the birthmark will actually appear on this set of flesh, this incarnated body, from being programmed by the soul. And actually know a really, really awesome past life regressionist who healed her birthmark from Atlantis. And it was a really dark mark on her throat. She was shot in the throat with a lapis laser because she was to stop talking about what she was talking about in that lifetime. And the physical birthmark in this lifetime healed completely. And when I say healed completely, she was very fair skinned. She is very fair skinned, and her birthmark actually disappeared from that healing. So, I mean, things are really awesome energetically when you really stop to think about what we just said. Like, your body can heal from that release of that energy. So if there's something that you deal with, it's chronic pain and or an issue, no doctor can kind of nail that down to a cause. Like, there's no real cause of that. They call that idiopathic. Chances are it could be a past life issue. So I hope that helps.
Hey, real quick, I want to throw something out there. It's an interesting story that's taking place during this show tonight. Good friend of ours, Brandon Vesey. He was with us last night. He's on the road tonight, and apparently at the beginning of the show, an owl flew into his vehicle, got stuck in the grill. So I'd say for probably the first 30, 40 minutes of the show, he was waiting on, I guess,
TWRA.
Yeah, to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the owl decided to get unstuck and fly away.
That's an awesome story.
So he's wanting to know if maybe there's a message tied to that.
So a lot of times, a lot of cultures are going to say that the owl is the death bringer. I'm going to go with some of my more Cherokee wisdom on this one. That could be possible, and death doesn't always mean abrupt death, physical leaving, departure of this lifetime. It can be an ending to something, a closure to something, or a rebirth as well. But it's also wisdom bringer. Owls are very wise. So, the wise old owl, right? And they have this night vision that's like extraordinary. So, messages are multi-layered, right? So just because, one culture or one, you'll look up at the meaning of owl, it says this, only take from that what you need, what resonates with you. Because not all of that is maybe true. Maybe all of it's true. And you're going to get multiple layers of messages throughout a long period of time from this one experience. But as you're driving, let's just say your car's indicative of your physical vehicle too. Like your body is your spirit's car.
Mm-hmm.
Like your car, right? Your Ford or Chevy will go away. Like your first car when you were in a teenager just driving, it's probably some recycled cup right now. I don't know about yours, but mine probably is in a junkyard or somebody has it for a pen. So we don't have that anymore. And this trajectory, like maybe you're hitting the owl, stopping you from getting hurt from something, helping you, just slowing you down to kind of maybe say, okay, your vehicle doesn't need to be at this place at this time. So I'm helping you.
Yep.
So there's so many layers of messages in that. And he's an awesome, a spiritual warrior, I think he is, right? Like, isn't that the title of it, if I remember correctly? And just an amazing spirit on this planet. So, a lot of times when they show up, those can be, I think it's Artemis that has an owl too as well, correct?
I got something.
And Dave has something to add, but I feel a lot of heart-centered wisdom, like maybe a piece was added to his breastplate with that owl. So, keep up the spiritual warrior trajectory path that you're following and spreading that love and light to people. I think that's a huge message for you, that you are definitely being protected and you are very wise, probably beyond your own understanding.
Yeah. The way I've been always taught my whole life that owls are messengers. Okay. Also, like Jen said, that owl may be your spirit guide, and it stopped you from possibly going up the road and getting a wreck or something to that effect. So it may be protecting you. It's not always negative. Some cultures believe owls are negative. I don't. I don't at all. Now I'm going to tell you a story that happened to me and Jen with an owl. Okay.
On the Chestnut Ridge.
So my mom loved owls, loved them. She had statues of them, paintings of them, pictures of them. And we were actually we took a road trip up to Chestnut Ridge one evening, and we wanted to go to this old NASA observatory up there. And we get up in there, and it's pretty remote. You know, it's some sparse farmlands and farmhouses around the area. And we go out on this gravel road at the state park or something, isn't it now?
It's Forbes State Park, yeah.
Forbes State Park, yeah. We get out there, and there's nobody out there. And it's on a half hour, 45 minutes before dark. And I kid you not, this massive owl flew right up to my driver's side window, was paralleling us and was looking in us at the window. And then it came around the front of the windshield, looked at us, and then flew away. And it lasted like a good 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it was literally flying alongside us as we're driving. My window was down. It could have flew right in the window with us. And it was like this, you know, his body was like that long, and his wings were as big as my arm stretched out. It was massive, big, and its eye. I mean, it was literally like from 2 feet away from us, like literally right there. Looked at us as it was flying along, like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" It's like it was almost felt like to me that was coming from my mom, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I used to draw her owls all the time because she loved them. Like when I was a budding artist back in my early years, but you know, that's a message to me. You know, that is a message. Hey, I like what you guys are doing. Keep it going, type thing. So, yeah.
Always.
Whenever, if you're driving along or you're constantly seeing an animal, and this goes for anybody out there that's listening, if you see an animal constantly on a consistent basis, that's your spirit guide. It's giving you a message, and you need to pay attention. Trust me, I know this.
He does.
I had a
From
profound experience last year, and it changed my life. So,
the shaman,
pay attention to that.
They will tell you that's called your power animal or your power totem. And, you know, animal medicine's a real thing. The animals carry great wisdom with them. And whatever animal that it is, if it's showing up, it's bringing you medicine. It's bringing you its medicine. So if it's your totem, like my Cherokee tribe is my grandma's name was Polly Night Bear. So it's the bear clan, the bear tribe. So bears are typically really significant for us. My totem isn't a bear, though. It's an eagle. So it's very interesting. When I got my Reiki master, that's what happened. I mean, I saw them, and I saw hawks, and I saw all these different birds of prey for a really long time until I figured it out. You'll figure it out. You'll know. And Stephen Farmer has an amazing book called When Animals Speak. I think that was one of my first books that I started looking into when I was trying to figure all this out years ago. I think he even has a deck of cards now, like a card deck that you can do power animal or readings or whatever animal medicine you need for that day. Really cool deck. But yeah, it's actually kind of awesome that the owl didn't die either. I mean, we all have to stop and think about that for 1 second. Like, that animal almost gave its life up for our buddy, the spirit warrior. So what's that tell you? His mission is pretty important.
Yes. Yeah.
There you go, Brendan.
Yep.
You know, whatever.
And apparently a lot of people on here have had experiences with owls.
Yes.
Very
Frankie
cool.
says Dave's spirit animal is Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, he's my brother, man.
Yeah.
He's my brother. The hawk is my spirit animal.
Yeah.
For real. You want to get real about it.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was a pretty cool thing that was going on during the show that he was commenting in the comments about.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So we hope that helped you with, you know, the explanation of what we think goes on and what we know goes on.
I thought I saw something up here from Melinda just a minute ago, but
yeah,
there's so many in here. It's hard to
find
it again.
Well, it's not like there was some of the times when
I found it.
Did you find it? Okay.
hour, and you're like going, what was that? What was that?
Yeah.
Melinda Ferris said that she had burned her stomach cooking when she was pregnant, and her daughter was born with a birthmark on her stomach shaped the same way.
Wow.
Wow. So that's pretty cool. In a way,
And
and
terrifying.
terrifying
In
at
the
the
same
same
way.
thing, because the energy goes through the placenta just like any kind of nutrition would. So a lot of times when we do clearing, we can clear. So if we work on Melinda, this would be really interesting, kind of like if you're up for it, Melinda. If we clear you and get rid of your trauma energy, I just wonder maybe that your daughter's trauma energy will resolve itself.
Yeah, maybe her mark will go away.
Maybe her mark will go away.
Mm-hmm.
Typically what happens if we work on a person on that level, on a like a deep level like that, the healing will go 7 generations prior and 7 generations ahead. That's more like theta healing. I work with some really awesome theta healers and a couple doctors, actually a chiropractor, neurological chiropractor, and he had taught me some really awesome techniques with that as well. And it seems to be extremely effective. So
Same with generational curses.
that same kind of healing happens,
Yeah.
7 ahead and 7 in the future. So a lot of times people say, I'm coming in because I want to help my daughter. I want to help my son. I'm like, if you help yourself, you will help them, because the DNA that you carry in your body is their DNA. So it will affect them when you heal. And we've seen miraculous results, tons of results with this.
Melinda said, sign me up.
All right, sister, let's make it happen. You have my personal cell phone number. What are you doing? You get on that phone and you send me a message. You are always helping me. That woman and her and Bear are responsible for probably me still being alive right now. So thank you, and call me or text me. I will hook you up. Bear took command last time and was like, can you get Jenny some medicine? And him and Melinda had me medicine, and it was shipped to my house before I even knew it was happening. I'm like, can I pay for that? Thank you. Holy cow. So you give me a call and get me what times you're available, and I will hook you up.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah. If you guys want to vote for me, I'm in this little fun contest because it benefits kids with cancer. If I win, I get to be in a horror movie with Kane Hodder, just like a short appearance, and then all the money goes to the kids with cancer, and then I could win 13 grand, and I'll donate a ton of that to that, and then throw one heck of a Halloween party here at the World of Weird for everybody to come for free. So just
everybody go to his
on my
Facebook page.
Yeah. It just you can do it. It's $1 a vote, so go in and donate to a good cause. I don't get any of that money, so even if I don't win, at least those kids get a buck toward their healing.
And I have to share my honey's little thing on my page because I didn't even do it yet. He's been after me, and we've been so busy. So for all of my people, I will share it on my page too.
Yeah, so it's a fun thing, but it also benefits a great cause too. So
it does. And that's what it's all about, helping others and continuing.
Especially kids, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, we have a quilt there, don't we?
Yes, you've got a
quilt. We want a quilt. We donated we wanted to donate more books and stuff, but time kicks our butt a little bit. We live on this time continuum where it isn't. So
and I forget stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to do that.
I'm super excited.
I need a secretary.
Yeah, but it all
I'm killing him right now. I'm just strangling him. We're getting we have calendars for calendars.
Yeah, we're doing calendars and stuff. I'll forget to do a radio show. They're calling me. Where are you at? And I'm like, son of a, you know, put that one on the calendar.
We're at Sam's Club one time. He's like, babe, go get the rest of the order. I got a radio show. And I'm like, what?
I'm in the car in the parking lot. I do it all the time. I forget stuff, man.
Yeah, well, so do I. And it's just one of those things.
We're getting more organized now. So
we are much more organized. We're very
excited. We get notifications 24 hours ahead and then 2 hours before.
Kind of fun.
I don't know. We're still like, oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Except this one, we rolled in the door like no BS. It was 8:46. We pulled in right in front of the store. We
knew we had it. We were just racing the clock trying to get here and get set up. So.
Did you say you almost got car sick?
Oh,
Yeah, I was
dude, he's like a NASCAR driver. Like this West Virginia boy can rock some curves. Let me tell you.
That's my police training. What do you want?
You going around the curves on 2 wheels?
I'm gonna start getting one of those little airplane vomit bags.
Yeah.
Hey, I learned that from police driving courses, man. So
Yeah.
I have Dramamine in my purse. I'm not a big medicine taker. I have to get some I don't get sick on rides. I don't get sick on astral travel or when I galactically leave my body. I get sick with him
I
driving.
still make fun of her because I took this one curve down here on the mountain. You guys have been on that road too, and I cranked it. I cut it really hard. She goes, "Ooh."
So you ain't got to go on yeehaw yet, huh?
There was some yeehaws, but
Oh, I eat all the time.
there was some yeehaws and then expletives behind it because I was a little nervous.
It's funny. It takes me a few miles to get used to going back to West Virginia driving techniques. Even on the, the guys who have never been on a highway like 79 going up that way, when you're doing 80 miles an hour clipping down 79, there's some curves in there that will turn you loose. I mean,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Try doing that on the 2-lane going up and down the mountains over here to Richwood.
Yeah. You make one little wrong turn, ain't nobody finding you for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're going over a 200 foot.
Lucky.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful area though. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's insane some of these roads.
Yeah, you flatlanders, I'm telling you.
Hey, listen, I'm a farm girl from the mountain. I'm from the ridge. I'm gonna start getting shirts that say I'm really from the ridge, and I live to tell about it. I think on the back.
The ridge runners, there we are.
That's what my dad used to call us all.
Yeah.
He said, "You damn ridge runners, anyhow."
They got some hills in PA.
Hills.
Little ant hills, I call them. Now, there's some big mountains there, but they're not like West Virginia,
It's different.
Not like Tennessee neither.
Oh. The bad thing about West Virginia mountains is when you're trying to, you look across the way and you say, wow, look at all that forest and all that wonderful things. And, wouldn't it be great to walk over there? But by the time when you really eventually get out of the car and you start to walk up your first hill, 3 hours later, your legs are burning to no end.
Yeah.
You've only gone 0.2 of a mile.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Uphill.
It's gonna be a long trip.
Mm-hmm. Wild, wonderful.
Yeah, it is. It is. It actually is.
And now it's weird
Wild, wonderful, and weird.
and weird.
Also, our friends Ron and Joe of Wild and Weird West Virginia, they have a conference coming up in October. So down at Chief Logan State Park, you guys might want to hit that up. That's an excellent show. Cryptid based for the most part, but has a little bit of everything and some great vendors down there as well. So look that up on their site, Wild and Weird West Virginia.
Great group of guys too.
Our October is a little crazy. We're going from Kentucky to Tampa to South Carolina to Pennsylvania. He's going back to West Virginia. I'm going to Pennsylvania. I have, I think, 4 or 5 witches night out, like crazy events, and then we're going to try to do something for Halloween here. So
I'll keep my mouth shut on that one.
But yeah, it's good. It's good. We're getting back to where we're supposed to be after the pandemic. But yeah, so lots of cool stuff. Check out my website, www.davespinksParanormalInvestigator.com. Multiple pages. You can read about the store and everything else. Shows I'm going to be appearing at as well. So come see me.
And we're almost scheduled up for September of next year. So we literally are getting so organized. We are probably going to open up our calendar for next month, because we've booked out September already of 2023. We're going to be in West Virginia a couple of those weekends, and then we're going to be in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yeah, we just got signed on as presenters for a brand new conference.
Yeah, and I got another one in PA. I'm already booked out for a different month. I got to look at that. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff booking up already. And don't forget, we're going to have West Virginia Monster Con, guys, May 2023.
We got the dates too.
The all new Flatwoods Monster Conference. Me, Ron, and Joe have taken that over right here in Flatwoods, West Virginia. It's going to be done big and awesome like it's supposed to be. So awesome. That'll be next September too. So you'll see stuff posted on that coming up.
So MonsterCon, WV MonsterCon, our second annual one, is going to be May 5th, 6th, and 7th. 5/5. We're going to Cinco de Mayo monster style it. So the VIP night is going to be extraordinary. And Melvin, we're going to have tacos.
That's all he needs.
Yeah.
Not just. Maybe even could get some chili dogs in there. I don't know.
Now you're asking for trouble.
I want it to be a memorable night. I want to go out with a bang.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah.
It'll be a big spooky bang with Mel. We're thinking about doing a little. I think we're gonna do a little investigation here in the store because activity in the store has been ramping up. So stay tuned for that. We'll probably announce something pretty soon on that. Awesome. Have like limited spots available type of thing.
And we're going to include a virtual option as well.
Yeah.
It's only fair for all of our friends who are in, all
different
across
states,
the country, even the world. Like, you want to set your alarm and get up and investigate with us for an hour or two. We're going to make that a potential. So stay tuned. We got fun stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Awesome. And guys, we thank you for taking your time out of the business schedule to join us and to talk about what we love the most is the paranormal, the wonderful, weird world of that we live in. Dave Spink's world of the weird, Serenity Jenny's awesome energy, and her love for helping humanity and helping each other strive to become that wonderful light. And we are so blessed to have you guys on here tonight. And folks, follow these people. These people are very special people, and just like at any time and other things, you will hear people all over the place. But don't pay attention to that. They are there are evil things that work continually through life. And what we do is we battle those things continually. And always remember that that light always prevails. There is nothing that you can do to go get light. And there are many light warriors here. And as we stay together and we grow as things, nothing is impossible.
And God help we all when we all get together.
Yes.
We're not all always going to agree on stuff, but we can agree to disagree. And we can also help each other and learn from each other, even if we disagree. So the negativity has to stop. That's what it's all about for the dark side, man. So
that is. It just takes you down, and it's just like when we were talking about the owl. People. There's people that say, "Oh, that's a terrible omen, and that's this and this and that." If you let that negativity in, it will be a terrible thing.
Manifest it. Yeah.
Do that. There are many meanings, like you said, Jenny. And it's all a wonderful thing.
What's the old saying? Glass half full or half empty?
We should be happy we have a damn glass in the first place.
That's right. You're living and breathing, and you're not dying in a hospital bed. You're living good, man.
We are blessed beyond measure.
We are blessed every day.
Count your blessings, folks.
If you focus on your blessings, if you try this in the morning, if you start with your day off with pick something up and say, I'm thankful for my cup. I'm thankful for my feet. I'm thankful for my hands. I'm thankful for my eyesight. I'm thankful for my hearing. If you start focusing on the things and you're counting your blessings that you have been bequeathed in this life, you will spend your entire day in gratitude. Therefore, you will have a limitless supply of things to count, to be blessed. You will send out that frequency, and those blessings will continue to multiply and multiply and multiply. If you find yourself in a deficit, and you are cranky or you're focusing on something you don't want more of, refresh your screen, I say, right? Hocus pocus, focus, refocus on the blessings, and you will continue to multiply them. You will be busy counting blessings all day long. You won't have time for problems. They won't have any place to come into your life. The frequency will be incongruent.
Prime example of that, some of the guys I used to work with, man, you could see it every day. You walk into work and they're always hateful. They're PO, they're aggravated, grumpy, whatever. And guess what? A lot of those guys are no longer with us because they held that bad negative energy in. They're never in a good space and always setting their poo. And guess what? They all died early. They held that crap in their liver. They got liver cancer. They got lung cancer, whatever. And it affects your physical health.
Sure does.
And your spiritual health and your mental health. So you gotta learn how to get out of that negative mindset and find something that gives you joy and happiness every day. I've learned that the hard way myself. And it's helped me tremendously, promising when I tell you that. I don't talk about this stuff, Jen knows, but I feel now that I have to share it because it has changed me so significantly that I want to share it with everybody. And I come from that background, that law enforcement, that military. My body is beat up from the floor up from all that stuff. And I live with pain every day. But guess what? I don't have nearly the amount of pain that I used to have because I refuse to sit in it. I get out of it.
That's 100% right.
You got to move forward with it.
I love you, brother. That is excellent. That was a great thing. And, just amazing. I can't say enough. I just love everyone here. And when you're counting your blessings, count your friends first because those blessings come back 110% of pure energy to them also.
That's right. It really works. I'm telling you, it does.
So much. And on that note, we're going to say good night. It's been such a pleasure, and no better way to end the show that we just did right there. And thank you, chat room. We look for you to be here next week when we get the Connecting Conscious group in. You're going to love these individuals and where they're going. And we're going to continue to spread the word and spread this light and this energy because it is so important for everyone to be able to pick themselves out, as we've heard tonight, the poo. So instead of going into the fire, we're going into the poo for the next 2 weeks.
There we go. Going into the poo, learning how to get out of the poo.
How about being a light in the sea of poo?
Yeah, there you go.
I want to be a light in the sea of poo. Wow.
No idea, just flush it.
Yes, exactly. Guys, I love you. Love you, chat room. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for the wonderful stories. Thanks for everything else. Look for Dave and Serenity. They are wonderful folks, and they are, I think
coming to a state near you.
Exactly. And if you I know that Serenity is also doing readings. I don't know how much you're booked up for the readings that you're going to have on Friday and Saturday at the home, but we're working on a little reading room for you, so you get you all set up for that too. So many blessings to all. Thank you again. And it has been such a wonderful pleasure being with you on Into the Fire. Have a good night, y'all. God bless.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.